Item scp-1918 Elucid. Object Class Elucid. Special Containment Procedures. Entrance to scp-1918-2 has been secured and monitored with constant video surveillance as of March the 5th, data expunged. The sewage facility containing 3 entrances has been quarantined by Foundation personnel, and the entrances themselves have been sealed. Workers previously employed at the facility have been issued anesthesias and replaced with Foundation personnel. All other entrances have been permanently sealed with cement. Description: scp-1918 is an object of unknown composition, located in what appears to be a utility room in scp-1918-2. It appears to be a plastic mold attached to a metallic rod, and is usually found moving between hallways. scp-1918 moves on its own volition, although it does not appear to separate from the ground at any time. The object leans in the direction it travels in and moves at a set speed of 5 kph. The object applies moderate force to the surface. It moves across, leaving a faint trail. scp-1918 at times communicates using these carvings. scp-1918-2 is designation for the facility containing scp-1918 and is located 12 meters below ground, although the area appears to be undisturbed and shows no sign of unnatural burial. There are 18 identical rooms in the facility, or 9 compound rooms are differentiated between a 1 room and a 2, with crude carvings on the floor just outside the individual rooms. The design of the facility containing scp-1918 is mostly symmetrical, with 0.5 meter wide paths circling each compound room. The only deviation to this construction are the location of the entrances on the side of each individual room, which vary randomly while the facility is active. Visual hallways in the facility are completely devoid of light, with any light produced being absorbed via an unknown mechanism. Due to this, exploration must be performed via memorization of the facility interior and touch. Sound behaves anormally within scp-1918-2, while an event is active. An audible echo can be heard 5 seconds after a sound is actually produced. It is not currently known whether or not scp-1918 and scp-1918-2 are separate or identical manifestations, as attempts to remove scp-1918 from scp-1918-2 have largely been unsuccessful. When a human or canine subject enters the central room, it will become illuminated, and scp-1918-2 will manifest. SCP-1918 will enter the room and moves across the floor, leaving its trail a message either reading tic-tac-toe or memory, maintaining a constant speed and leaving immediately after the message has been inscribed. If the subject attempts to exit the room before this, the room will return to the dormant state with the subject and any of its possessions disappearing immediately. 1. Tic-tac-toe. The object moves across each one room, leaving behind X markings on the floor. If the room is not already marked with an O, in a manner similar to a game of tic-tac-toe, how a subject is meant to accomplish making a mark or understand this process is unknown, as no aids are given. Memory. Upon exiting the room, the subject is rendered unconscious by blunt force, presumably from scp-1918. The subject regains consciousness in a random section of the facility. Success is marked by finding a one room identical to the central room. This event seems to limited to a time limit, as the subject is pursued by scp-1918 throughout the halls of the facility. The subject wins by marking the correct room with an O. Entering a two-room causes scp-1918-2 to enter a dormant state and was assumed to be the death of the subject participating. If the subject is successful, scp-1918 will present itself in the room that the subject is currently in. scp-1918 will then inscribe "new game" on the floor and repeat the process with a new event. If the subject is unsuccessful, scp-1918-2 will simply revert to its dormant state, with the subject participating in the previous event disappearing. History. scp-1918-2 came to the attention of the Foundation after the disappearance of 4 utility workers in data expunged, a small town, population 226, in Maine. Numerous reports were filed to the local sheriff department of a metallic scraping beneath the ground, most commonly audible near sewage gates. Connection to scp-1918-2 is non-eludian. It is non-eludian, as entrances tend to be near sewage gates, or be kilometers apart from one another. There are currently 9 unknown entrances, including 5 sewage gates, 3 utility shafts located on the sewage facility, and 1 toilet. D-class subject is equipped with an earpiece, headlamp, and chest-monitored camera with a live feed to research. Subject is then instructed to enter entrance 2. D-class personnel, code 2934. Talking to researcher Sanders. Okay, so where's the tunnel taking me? You have been briefed. Continue. Okay, so when I get there, I do this game and I leave. Why can't I do that other thing you guys sent up Paul to do either? You have been selected for your expert knowledge of the subject, where you are located currently. Tunnel stopped. I mean the concrete part. It's a big old... I can see a hole on the end. enter the hole. You sure about that? Shouldn't y'all be sending in robots or something? Would you like to terminate testing, D22934? Oh yeah. Alright, nah. That's alright. Yeah, I'm headed in. Hell. This is kind of exciting, I guess. Audio and video feed useless as expected during travel in halls. D22934 moves through the darkness before the room is illuminated, and scp-1918 becomes visible in what is assumed to be the central room. Hey, who turned the lights on? Hot damn. What the hell is that thing? Hey there. Hey, you guys see this? Hear me? Is that the thing? Oh, it's, well, y'all see it, right? What, tic-tac-toe, huh? What? Hey, where's that thing going? I mean, I know where it's going, but... Please begin the protocol. You have been briefed. Please move quickly. Video feed black. Scraping against metal can be heard. Video and audio effective after 4 minutes. Beat. I'm to it. So I'm mark an O, right? I'm on top left right now. I felt the walls, remembered it like my head. Huh. Y'all can hear me, right? Hey, you guys there? Yes. Subject proceeds, produces a marker and marks the floor. SCP-1918 appears in the doorway. Hey, y'all didn't tell me about this. What's it doing? SCP-1918 remains in the doorway. Its behavior is currently undocumented. Your cooperation is appreciated. The hell does that mean? SCP-1918 remains in the doorway for 4 more minutes. Hey, you gonna let me by? SCP-1918 tilts slightly left and right. Sore loser. It's just 1 O. Go mark off another one. SCP-1918 leaves the doorway back into the halls. Please continue. After a course of 20 minutes, the event is complete, with D-2934 successful. Hot damn. That means I won. Sucker didn't even get 1 box. Please await the arrival of SCP-1918. What do you mean? SCP-1918 enters the room and inscribed cheat, new game, and then memory on the floor of the room. Okay, whatever Prez dispenser guy, these 229 is an uncooperative. Is incompatible. Upon entering the room, video feed resumes after 4 hours later, although scraping can be heard continually. Earpiece and microphone appears to be damaged or lost, as audio is no longer audible. Video appears shaky as D-2934 enters the room, most likely due to severe head trauma. D-2934 exits the room, moving quickly. After 12 minutes, D-2934 enters another room and appears to clap and rub his hands together. D-2934 approaches the center of the room D-2934 appears to make a questioning gesture. D-2934 paces the room for 3 minutes. D-2934 approaches a rusted pipe visual on one of the sides of the room. D-2934 moves his wrist along the pipe, drawing blood, and leans against the wall, holding said wrist for a short time. D-2934 enters a crouching position at the center of the room and smears his wrist, repeating a circular pattern. D-2934 returns to a standing position, removes jumpsuit and wraps it around the wrist. SCP-1918 appears in the doorway. D-2934 remains still. SCP-1918 inscribes cheat and new game into the floor and moves to the doorway, then turning around and wobbling left and right slightly. D-2934 grasps his right forearm in his left hand and extends his middle finger at SCP-1918. SCP-1918 approaches D-2934. D-2934 moves to the center corner of the room quickly and produces a pipe. D-2934 rushes at SCP-1918 and begins beating it repeatedly in the head with the end of the pipe. The head of SCP-1918 appears to crack and bleed in certain areas as D-2934 makes contact with the pipe. What appears to be gray matter can be seen falling out of the head of SCP-1918. That was the start of the SCP files. Thank you for staying with me for this story. As always, subscribe to my channel and become a swagger today. As always, stay off